comes to women and their children, you need to know this. Because children in a relationship that aren't yours is a deal breaker if you handle them incorrectly. If you hurt a woman's child and you are not their biological dad, it's a deal breaker. You've got to know this in order to have a relationship with a woman that has children from another relationship. All men need to know this. A woman's children are everything to her. And I thank God I have an amazing husband, and I had my son from another marriage that didn't work out. I thank God that my amazing husband listened, that we had a talk, and he cared enough about me to hear me and adhere to my wishes. One of the best things I ever did, because he means the world to me, my husband, who wasn't my husband at that time. However, when it came time for him to meet my son, the two men on the planet that mean the most to me out of everyone, when it was their time to meet, if this didn't go well, I knew this was a deal breaker, because I had lost custody of my son personally due to my alcoholism years previously. And I was not about to let another person interfere with my relationship with my son when I'd already screwed it up royally and I was on thin ice. So there's no way I was going to let another thing interfere. And so I sat down, and all women ought to do this. If you enter a relationship with someone that is not their biological father, or vice versa, your partner is not their biological parent, then you need to have this talk, because I see so many relationships end for this reason. So it inspires me to talk about this, because beautiful people lose their relationship over this. A woman's kids are everything. They're her heart. And if she doesn't tell you this, I'm going to tell you this, that if you're not the biological parent, then you need to stay the F out of the parenting. You need to not discipline them unless she asks for your assistance. And even then, you need to be really, really careful. I don't even think she would do that, but if she did, you need to be really, really careful about this, because what worked for me, because my son was only 8, I believe. He was young when I was dating my husband, and he didn't want me to go on with my life and get married again. So he was not very accepting of this process, and I sat down with my husband and explained, well, my boyfriend at the time said, look, this has got to go well. And my husband is a big, mean, scary looking guy to me. At that time, he was more so. He's not a mean, scary guy, but he's big. He's 6'1". He's over 200 pounds, and he's a long-time prison guard. He looks mean and scary. It's kind of it was his demeanor. That's his job. He's serious. He's very serious. Even though I'm not afraid of him, a child might be. And he wasn't used to being around children. So I asked him very nicely, in a politically correct way, to say, look, man, this means everything to me. You both mean everything to me. And I need you to make an extra effort to smile more and be fun and just a safe environment for him. Because when he was serious, even though he's not meaning to, it's just his presence looks mean and scary. One wrong word, one wrong look, and my son's afraid to come over, and we would have been done. And I wasn't threatening him at all. Thank God that he heard me and didn't take it in a threatening way. And he adhered to my wishes. I'd never seen him smile so much. It was so wonderful. My son came over, and all these years, now my son is 23, and they get along wonderful. We all have a wonderful relationship. But if that was handled wrong, it could have meant the end for us. And both of them mean the world to me. And so having that talk was really, really, probably saved our relationship, really. And because there were many, many times over the years that, my son was out of pocket, or he was doing things that we didn't agree with, and he held his word. He didn't try to discipline my son. He didn't criticize my son or talk bad about him in front of me. He supported my son 150% all those years. Even when he was upset or hurt or mad or frustrated over something, my children are always going to frustrate you. They're always going to go off course, and it's our job to guide them. I asked him to stay out of that nicely, and it was the best thing I ever did. I said, even if my son is wrong, even if I'm wrong, I said, you're not the biological parent, and I need you to stay back, and just be his friend. And he supported us through that, and I really, really appreciate him for that. He didn't try to come in and be Mr. Dad. He adhered to my wishes, and that's what you need to do. If a woman that you're dating, or vice versa, man or a woman's dating, I don't know, whoever you're dating, if they have a child that is not your biological child, do not discipline them or intervene or criticize or blame them. Don't talk anything remotely negative about them to the biological parent. Don't intervene unless they've asked you to. Your only job is to be a friendly supporter and be a friend. And that's it. Don't do anything else. So, if you date anyone that has children and they're not yours, you are their friend, and that's it. Unless she's asked you to be more than that. She's asked you to be dad. She's asked you to be disciplinarian. If she hasn't asked, stay out of that kid's business. You be a supporter and a friend, and that's it. Because children are sensitive, extremely sensitive, and women are like mama bears. You hurt their kids, you're done. To a good mom, anyways. So it's going to help you in your relationships. So if she has kids, remember, stay out unless she asks. Love you guys.